Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and ever since 2012, when Pirate101 launched for the first time, there's been a bit of a debate where it's like, oh, which is the better game, which is better between Pirate and Wiz, and it definitely seems like, in King's Isle's eyes at least, Wiz is the better game, but for me, it's a little different, and I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something real quick. Okay, do all of these have first strike 3? That's insane. All right, so I'll say this: I did not play when Wiz launched. I was like almost 6 years old, a couple weeks away when that happened, and so I didn't get the initial experience, but I did get that experience in Pirate. And I did start off playing Wiz. I started playing in 2011, as I said in that super long video a while back where I just sort of talked about how much I love Wiz, right? And I talked about that there, and I'm a long-time player, and I did play Wiz first, but when Pirate launched, it was so different, but so better. And I don't know if it was just me appreciating like a different kind of way to play that felt familiar enough, because as you can see, Pirate does still use those cards that Wiz does, and that's something that it does, and it's like, it's familiar to me. I feel like that's what I was going to get very loud. Maybe I even need to turn that down more, but you get the point. Pirate's combat system, in my honest opinion, I like it so much better than Wiz, because with Wiz it's like there's a lot of deck RNG going on, and it's not real interactive. You cast like one spell a turn, and I guess you do your thing, and that's kind of just where it ends. And there's the same animations over and over, and Pirate is, it's definitely sort of like that. That is actually a horrible idea. Don't use that on a mob with first strike 3. And well, yeah, like basically, while Pirate is sort of like that, there are a lot of the same animations, but there's different animations for the types of weapons that you can use, and that really matters when it comes to the animations. Like, it's not just a casting animation, and yeah, it's like, that is one of the biggest reasons why I really like Pirate. It's like it feels so much more immersive, and what's there to hate about that? So, I mean, it's like, I've always been a swashbuckler main. I main the worst class on both games by far, so that's kind of sad reacts, but I'm a proud ice main, proud swashbuckler main. You love to see it. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be here, doing my thing. I don't even know where I'm like really trying to go with this, but I do think the Pirate is the better game, is what I'm mostly trying to say here. It's got that immersion. The story, up until 2021 at least, was way better than Wiz. And I mean, it was just, there was like the whole thing with the Armada, and so we got some really unique fights in there. Like, we had the Deacon fight. That was really, really cool, and it was definitely different compared to the usual fighting strategy that a lot of people employ, which is just sort of tower defense. It's like, you use your buffs in the first round and let the enemies come to you, which is a whole other dynamic that Pirate has that Wiz doesn't. It's like just the enemy coming to you. That does make it a whole thing. So I mean, you kind of just love to see that. So it's like, we had things like the Deacon fight. What else was there? I haven't played Pirate like super serious since 2021. But I mean, I've maxed 13 Pirates over the years. 13. As insane as that might sound. But yeah, through that, I've had the Elemental Guardians at the end of Mushu. And Mushu and Marleybone, by the way, they are both in this world, or in this game. and I think Pirate Mushu and Pirate Marleybone are just, oh great, my Toro's dead for another 8 hours. Anyway, so I think that those both are just seriously brilliantly done worlds, and it really expands on it way better than Wiz. And it could also just be me. I was an older player when I really got back into things, and I didn't really understand the story of Pirate at first when I was still real young playing it, but I definitely dropped Wiz for Pirate back when I was back when it was still the big new thing, and it was the new thing for a while. It had its customary 5 worlds. It ended on Mushu just like Wiz did at its inception, and yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun. And Pirate is the only game where I've actually maxed out a character when max level was I guess lower than it is right now. Basically what that means is I maxed my first ever swashbuckler pirate in, I think, early 2013. I was able to play through the whole game and get to Katsu at the very end of Mushu, and when I hit level 50 for the first time, I was like, I've finally done it. It had been a couple years since I started playing Wiz, and I'd barely even scratched the surface. I think I had gotten to maybe Dragonspire or Celestia in Wiz, but then in Pirate, I had done it. I had completed the full game, and it was amazing. I mean, it's like the location in which the game ended at that point was at the top of a giant island overlooking the entirety of Subata Skyway. And if that isn't just immaculate to think about, I mean, what is, right? And what you're looking at right now, these are epic talents that are going off. It's like the Rippo that you see here, the Riposte, that you see Fan, Toro, and Elios Maximus spamming, as well as the flanking talent that you've seen Fan use. Those are all epic talents, and those are just extra attacks that can happen just on your off turn. And I think that's a really, really cool mechanic. That's another reason why I really like Pirate. And you can upgrade your talents. It's like at the beginning, right? I mentioned, a bunch of these guys have First Strike 3, so I can't really do much against those with my hides, which are another mechanic that I really like the Pirate has, because First Strike 3 counters hides. So if this hidden Eagle Spartan over here were to go for me specifically, or Sierra, I think is also a level 70 swashbuckler, I haven't checked, but if Titus, I think it is, were to go for either of us, yeah, she's a swashbuckler, so we both have First Strike 3, and I mean, that's it's like it would cancel out. I'll show you right now. I'm hidden right now. I've still got Black Fog up, and I'm gonna go for Elios Maximus, who has First Strike 3, and yeah, I mean, it's gonna cancel out, and I think that's just so cool. It's like there are counters to stuff like hides, and I personally love it. And it's like there's also things like Assassin Strike, which I just use now, and I mean, seriously, I could talk at length forever about this game, but I am primarily a Wiz content creator because that is the game that gets updates between the two. So how about that? But yeah, you get the general gist of things. It's like there's dodging attacks, which adds another cool element, and I mean, it's just so immersive in a way that Wiz just isn't, and I really wish that Pirate kept getting meaningful updates. It just kind of hasn't. Valencia Part 2 was the last update the Pirate got in 2016. That was the last time the level cap increased, and it went from 65 to 70. Mostly, but I just got one rounded because that's the thing that happens in this game. And So yeah, I mean, dude, I lost my train of thought. What's going on? what is going on? Um, but yeah, it's like all of these cool things that are exclusive to Pirate. It's like there's just so much to love. And a friend of mine, fellow content creator, the Frenzy Gamer, is in the process of making a full guide to Pirate101, which I would highly recommend checking out. I think he's got the first 2 done and is working on the third. He's about halfway done as I record this, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I will link both his first and second parts in the description of this video, and definitely go check him out. This is definitely a game that y'all should get into, absolutely, 100%. And it's got free membership going on right now, which is why I'm able to log into Tartarus. So, how about that? But yeah, and it's like, just the combat is so different from Wiz, but I really like it. It's kind of, you either love it or you hate it, but I haven't met too many people who hate it. So, it's like, what can I say about that? So, I really want to know what wand you have, or wand, I'm so Wiz-coded. Boarding knives. Interesting. I didn't even know they had that little glow to them, but I always wanted the boarding knives. They look cool, but they are a crown shop weapon, so how about that? But you get the general idea. It's like there's so much to Pirate that there just isn't in Wiz, and it's like I cannot recommend playing this game enough. It is just so amazing. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really get updates. It doesn't get meaningful updates. That's what I was talking about earlier, right? So it doesn't get too many great updates. It's like the more recent ones have not been as appealing. I'm not really a fan of what they're doing with, Sinbad and that whole storyline. That was not a particularly high point. I'm not going to lie to you, but to each their own. To each their own. I think I'm still going to play the upcoming updates just as they go. I got to send the amount just now, just for free. You love to see that. So, yeah, and I got clockwork courses for every school, right? And it's like, I won't lie. The newer updates, they do leave a lot to be desired, but I am glad that that this game is getting updates again. It went through a period of, like I said, about 5 years where it just didn't. It's like 2000, 2-time champion of death. Did they have that thing in Pirate yet? No, they don't. They probably won't ever have it. But yeah, it's like, if it's getting updates, good. I'm glad about that. I don't think I'm gonna play it. They don't usually run free membership. This is the first time in a long time where they have, and I might play the new House of Scales update that just came out, and I might record it, but those generally don't perform too well, so maybe not. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be something I stream. Who could say? But overall, I would just so recommend playing this. It is absolutely worth the time, and I recommend to everybody to play through the whole thing at least once, just to get that full experience and really just enjoy what's here. Because it's like, if you love it like I do, if you end up loving it, then you'll absolutely consider it worth. And I mean, I can't do a lot of this game justice in just this one video where I talk about like how much I love it and why you should play it. It's like, because I mean, I'm here in Marleybone, and look at this. Look at how much better it looks than Wiz Marleybone. It's like, you go to different like islands, different places. You got taverns and everything, so that's your thing. Covered that. And then another thing is just the whole companion system. I haven't even talked about this yet, and I really should have a long time ago, but it's like the companion system, there's promotions. It's like the companion promotions, those are a big deal. It's like Milo Greatsell here. He has, what is it, 3 promotions. Yeah, one at 21, one at 47, one at 68. So highly, or no, I think it's 67, but highly recommend playing through the whole game. There's so many cool characters. This is where our favorite developer came from. This is where he got his namesake. So just it is such an experience, and I can't recommend it enough. I can't recommend playing through it at least once enough. And yeah, man, it's hard to understate. It's like I can't overstate how much this game means to me. It's like this had a bigger impact on my, like, I guess, childhood gaming than Wiz did. And although I came back to Wiz in a much bigger capacity, because, you know, it's like it just got more updates ultimately, and with the release of Wallaru, you know, we now have 100 extra levels in Wiz compared to Pirate. So well, you know, maybe they'll eventually release a new world. That would be kind of cool if they ever did, and if they ever increase the level cap again. That would sure be nice. I think we've had enough mini updates for the time being, and I think if they can just focus their resources, I know there's not a lot of resources, and that's why, you know, Pirate didn't get that many updates for too long. But you know, if they just focus their resources, do their thing, and just provide us the absolute best experience that we can get out of the new world, I think that is the best possible outcome. And I think that is where I'm going to wrap this up. I didn't even mention ship combat and just ships in general. And yeah, I mean, it's a whole different experience, but it's a great experience, and I can't recommend it enough. It's like there are so many different elements of this game. That is my ship. That is the ship that I bought in like 2018 or 19, whenever I made this character. And yeah, you know, you can sail the 7 skies or whatever, and it is just breathtaking. There's Marleybone City back there. It's like y'all could see Big Ben in there, and yeah, I mean, it is an immersive experience, and there's so much that the devs could do with this, and I am excited for whatever they put out next. It's like, I think, you know, there's still like a lot to be done with the story, but I think starting on a new world is what they should do first. I think that is just what they've got to do. That's my take on things, and here's hoping they do it, because this game is truly amazing, and I would love to have a reason to get membership again, instead of just playing when they do free membership promos, like right now. So anyway, that is going to wrap up. You've probably seen the servers are going down for maintenance because it's rather late at night, and I just needed a video today, so that's what's up. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I've been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more, and I'll see y'all later.